How's it going, everybody? My name's Berlin. Welcome back to the Dust 2 project, now with 50% less uploading. And let's just get right into everything. I have made a couple of changes off camera, mainly something you could probably see, both of them. First of all, here, we're finishing the roof. I had to change the roof because before it was indented one, and I was really confused on why I did that. It didn't even look like that in screenshots, and that's why before, when I tried it, it just wasn't working. Obviously, I was a bit silly back then, and I shouldn't have done that. Over here, I added the baubles on top of all of these, and we are doing outside B today. This entire area is called outside B, or well, not like an official call out. This is outside B. Down here is so like I call it CT right or CT mid because this is mid, but this is like right outside of CT. Anyway, going on. We have collapsible blocks that I have to do probably off camera because it takes a long time for the things to, well, be done because you have to angle them and make sure they're good. We have all of the walls set up. We have the big wall here. Of course, there are barricades and a Hummer that goes here and a couple scaffoldings here. We have a tower here that's visible here and from mid, all in this area. But if we go over to Cat and walk along where the height would be, you can't see it. And even over here on mid, if you look over, it's very, very hard to see. Like, you can't see that because, well, in-game, it doesn't render in when you're on this side, but on that side it does. And I think that works perfectly because you're not exactly supposed to see it from this side. So it's something sort of there, and you can only see it from there. And, of course, we have the wall that leads into B site. This is the sort of area right here that will bring you into B site. So this is ground level. There's supposed to be boxes here and such, which we might end up moving like this up one, just because I feel like that might be better. And then like maybe something here. Maybe we'll bring this up another one. I'm not exactly sure, but it's supposed to work somehow. Also, we have a whole bunch of Yigamo Chatel stuff laid around. There's the curve for CT that I did that we have to do today. Over here, there's another curve for the other side of CT that we have to do today. Also, over here, for tons, I got rid of the blocks, and there's more curves for CT that we should do today. Anyway, I'm going to get into this and make it all smooth so it doesn't look like a whole bunch of blocks and nice and smooth like the ramps over here to get up to site and such. Anyway, I'll be right back, and I will be right back when it is done. I'll give you an update, and we'll keep doing that on and off. Then just like that, the ramps are done. And over here, this little tiny pile. Not as big as it's supposed to be, but it's still there, and it's still a little tiny pile. And over here, a ramp leading up to B. What a nice ramp. What a smooth ramp. But we just come back down here. Get this cinematic angle, just back up straight up to this corner. Look down. Using some movie magic, we finished the floor. It actually looks pretty good. Except, now, we need some glowstone. We need some glowstone dust up in here. We need to get some light going on, because there's no light going on. We need light. You know, you want to walk around in this map. You want to be able to see stuff. So you know what you do? You fly around, you add glowstone to everything you see. If there's a dark spot on the map, you're doing it wrong. Plus, you know, you just time set day. Okay, I can't do it, but you know, you just time set day, you get the same effect, you know, you can see everything. But what I'm saying is, you know, add light to the map. We need to add light to the map. Light is always important, and I should do it in a lot more places on this map, like over here. Seems very dark, doesn't it? Exactly. So we just need to go around, adding some of that glowstone magic to the map. See, as we go through, you can see more and more stuff. You can see all the grains on the sand, and isn't that just beautiful? I know. Alright. So now that's all done, and there's just tiny little pieces like this left or scattered about, you know, the tiny little errors in lighting because they're really foreign blocks to Minecraft. But that's no problem. That is no problem. So we're done. We're done with the glowstone. I'm going to put them away now after this tiny little bit. I lied, actually. There we go. So, whole area lit up. What are we going to do now? We're going to texture the walls. So, I've already started texturing them. You can see it starts from there and goes down, and that pattern goes along the entire way, splits up here for this, which we need to add one of the little window things, and goes along and down. Now this over here this wall is actually sort of nice. It's a nice wall because this wall has one little cut straight across like this, and then that's it. The rest of it is the smooth and flat sandstone. So everything on this wall is one texture, and that's mainly a lot of it. It's just a lot of this map is one texture. It's a sandstone texture because the dust is set in a very sandy area. Everything's made with sand apparently. But a lot of the walls and stuff, sand. A lot of the floor, sand. Stuff in the air floating around, getting up in your lungs for lung cancer, sand. That's what you need in your life. Alright, so, a little bit more movie magic. The walls. Okay, and this tiny little bit of carpenter blocks left right here is supposed to be filled with a stone-like material, and of course, because I just like the look of it, it's going to be limestone. And then later on, probably another episode, we will texture all of this. There are crumbles and bits and things and bits and bits and bobs sticking out of this, and technically, hold on, it's supposed to be covered like this, so let's just add that now, because it's supposed to be off of the wall a little bit. But, that's around all it does. So let's just go like that. Then look. Perfect. Wow. And there's a tree back there somewhere. About like here. But, not, particularly going to do the tree. That's why way over here, the tree that was supposed to be here is not here. Because I just didn't do it. That's something I need to work on. My tree skills. Maybe I need to ask somebody specific to help me with some trees. Okay, so the job now is to take these little things, bring them over like so, just like this. Yep. We're doing good. So, we bring them over just like this. Each time, just getting over to the edge so we can have it over, so we can do the thing that we need to do. Just bring it over. Oh, that was a bit too far. So, pretty much, I'm going to explain this. Oh, that's the wrong material. There we go. So, pretty much what I'm doing is I'm bringing this over so it's the arch. So it's the arch all the way through, and it's not a one wide little piece of arch like this. Right? So it is a full arch. And then on the edges, it's supposed to be like this with the marble, and then on the inside, more sandstone. It's supposed to have sort of an edge of white. Marble just goes along with it a lot better. I could make it the full block, but I don't know. I feel like slightly. Actually, I think I wanted to make it the full block. Nah, let's leave it out one. So then, since I did it a bit weird here, let's just grab all of these from the edge and then put back the marble on its respective little spot, like that, and then bring it all the way down. So we take the marble, bring it all the way down on both sides, like this. Ooh. It's so hard to place the Yigamo Chatels block sometimes, because it resets itself, and it's a bit annoying sometimes, because again, it resets itself like that, and then sometimes it doesn't register that you've actually placed it there, and it's slightly annoying. So then we take this one, and we need to get the full little piece of line, like that, because that is actually there in game. There's a like line that you can clearly see. Maybe if I remember, I'll throw up a screenshot so you can see that there's clearly a line, and there's clearly a little indent out. This is why I'm not doing the curve into the wall fully, because this little piece indents out a little tiny bit, enough at least for it to be obvious that it's out there, and not a toss up on, ooh, is it out there, is it not out there, and then I guess, because there's been a little bit of stuff in the map where it was sort of confusing if it was out or not, or if it was just sort of there, just due to like perception and stuff, because I just take the screenshots like the first day of building the map. Like when I very first started, I took a whole bunch of screenshots and then slowly updated if there was any things done to the map. Like I took the screenshot before the 4-op picture that we did the other episode was added in, so I went back and threw that in, but I still have the same set of pictures. So that's that, and it curves through, and then somewhere around in the middle, I'm going to call this middle, there is this full piece of curve. So it's like this. So it's like that. And then for the marble, it goes across like this, all the way across, into the curve into the middle, like this. And it does it on the other side too. Actually, no, we can totally make this a little bit bigger. Just because I feel like it should be a tiny bit bigger. There we go. Maybe curve that out a little bit more. Yeah, we'll curve that out a tiny bit more. So then it looks like that. Alright, so that's pretty much this spot here. It goes up, and you can see the curve, and you can see the marble, and it just repeats on this side here. So that repeats there, and I'm going to double check what the tons one does, but I'll be back when I'm going to do the tons, but I'm going to finish these ones first, and then I'll be back. So I was doing this, and I was looking at it, and I go, this looks weird. What looks weird about this? Then I thought about it, and I'm like, oh, let me check the screenshots. And in-game, it has a lot more of a curve into this middle part. And because it's Minecraft, it just has this sort of straight line here, and the straight line here, which I can't really fix because it's a really weird curve. It's just a constant curve down, and that'd take a little bit more to do, because it'd be figuring out how to stretch out a circle big enough where it doesn't go straight down like to here and cut off the entrance a whole lot. So that's about that, but I like the entrance. It actually makes it look complete. Also, if you haven't seen this, this is a Yigamo Chateau corner, and I asked last episode if I should change it to this instead of these straight corners. No one really answered me, so if you want to answer me, go ahead, answer me. Should we do these Yigamo Chateau's corners on every corner, or should we leave it with the carpenter's blocked corners? Anyway, I'm going to go back to working on this side. Boom! This side of the archway is done. Everything is completed. So both sides of these are completed, and they look pretty dang good now. I'm proud of them. At least it looks nicer than the little random thing we had there before, which I think was just one of these, and it didn't look very good. So now that we have actual archways, it looks a lot better. And now we move on over to tunnels, which I'll be right back because I have to look at the screenshot and figure out how tunnels looks. It probably looks just like CT, like the arch, but I'm not exactly sure, so I'm going to go double check that. Be right back. Okay, hello, this is the tunnels for tunnels in mid. Pretty much already did this. It has this little thing that comes out here and goes back in. Already did this part, and it's not going to be exactly to scale because there's these things here, which if I break away, you can clearly see it goes to here. So that doesn't really fly. It doesn't really work out properly because unlike here, where it sort of has a size constraint, like, I mean, I can make the doorway smaller, but that just make it look a bit weird. I don't really want to pull that, but considering from here, right here, to the screenshot that's up on the screen right now, you can clearly see a big difference with this part up here. There's just not enough space, and I can't do that because there's just not enough space to pull off what I need to pull off for the top part. So that might be gone, but the rest of tunnels will still look nearly exactly the same. I believe that it might look a little bit different in the long run just because there is no ceiling part there. It might make it look a little bit different than intended, and I might have to move a little bit things around for the proportions, or I can try and really squeeze in the roof and just sort of try and get something in there to make me feel better about it not being in there. It's really a temporary solution, which might turn into a permanent solution if done right, but I'm not exactly, 100% sure with that solution, because it might turn out to be more of a problem than a solution, due to the fact that if it's not like the right size, it might look weird, it might look squished in, and I just don't want anything looking squished in, forced in, pushed in, anything. Like, I want the map to be a very accurate representation of the Dust 2 map, and if something looks forced in, I don't want it there. I'd rather have it cut out and then just say, okay, due to how this was made or how Minecraft is, I can't add it in, or, maybe I built this wrong and I'm sorry that it can't be in there. But I would rather have something excluded than included and squished in and killed and looked weird. And yeah, it's a little personal thing, because I want this map, the entire map, to be like a really, really accurate representation of the Dust 2 map. I want it to look perfect in comparison to the Dust 2 map. I want this map to do justice to the amazing replayable, the amazing Dust 2 map with the replayability. Wow, welcome to English classes with Berlin. First lesson, how to actually say something proper. I can't do that, I've already failed, I'm sorry, I'm a terrible teacher. But yeah, I want to capture like the magic of Dust 2, that's why I want to make this map as close to possible as I can. Now, here's the thing that I've sort of thought of. I don't think anyone's going to check out the map. I don't think anyone really, like, to be honest, is going to spend the time to download an entire mod pack, even if it's on the FTB launcher, because I remember that, I remember the video from Wells, that's on the FTB launcher just to check out a map, and much less, like, unless you've already downloaded the mod pack, because you were a fan of StudTech and wanted to play StudTech and you downloaded it, much less download the entire mod pack to just check out the map. Like, it might be something for a group of people to make it a group event, like us and the StudTech guys are doing when this map is done, but I don't think anyone else is going to it. People are going to look at the screenshots, go, wow, this is a really cool map, but I don't think anyone else is going to really check it out and appreciate it for what it is, a hopefully near accurate representation of Dust 2, which it would be nice if people looked, like, downloaded it and checked it out and gave like feedback and they were like, oh, awesome map, you know, me and my friends played it, but I don't think that's going to happen just because it's modded, and downloading an entire mod pack to play a single map isn't that proper. You need a big reason to play the map, like a group event or friends, or just want to, or you're really, really interested in checking out something, a modded recreation of something to extreme detail. I don't know, but I don't know. I don't feel like a lot of people are going to download this StudTech mod pack if they don't already have it, just to check out the map. Like, maybe if you actually here, if you're a viewer of me and you don't have the StudTech mod pack, will you download the StudTech mod pack, or at least maybe an abridged version of the mod pack that includes all the mods to make the map look proper still, to check out the map and maybe play it with people if you want? If you do have the StudTech mod pack, were you, and following the series, were you already planning on downloading the map to check it out when it was done? I know one person, their name is slipping my head, but I know that they planned on doing it, and that meant a lot because I was like, oh, that makes me feel a lot better. But yeah, is it a plan that you're going to check out the StudTech mod pack, or the map? And if you are you going to download the StudTech mod pack to doing so? Or do you feel like I feel, where if you don't already have the mod pack, you don't really want to go through the hassle of downloading an entire mod pack to check out a single map? I don't know. But that's it for this episode. I rambled on. That was a little bit silly. I don't know. Leave whatever you want in the comments. Go say hello. Go put your feedbacks. Go put the answers in the comments. But that's it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching. I'll try and get some more uploads going on. I'm trying to follow, and YouTube's hard. Okay? Okay. Anyway, see you in the next video, whenever that may be. Remember, stay fancy, and peace out. Bye-bye.